Like, yeah, maybe. And he's like, no, dude, I'll give you a bowl cut mullet, a bullet. And I was like, yes, let's do that. We went out back and he literally put a bowl over my head. It was terrible.
Oh my god.
I was like 19 at the time.
That's so funny. What's your name?
Full name?
Whatever you want to give.
David Amato.
Okay, and how old are you?
27.
Okay, so David, who are you on a soul level?
On a soul level? A free spirit.
How so?
Meaning that usually as soon as I start to feel tied down to anything, I flee. And I run. And it's not like I'm running from anything, but I like to feel like I can do what I want to do with my life.
Okay. Is there anything that's happened in your life or anything, I don't know, that's happening currently in the world that kind of like affects your ways of thinking and processing things?
I mean, a lot of things on a day-to-day basis, for sure. There's,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many current events that happen that I try not to let affect me at all, but I don't know, that's probably why I don't watch the news, but and also because I overreact to the smallest stuff, even like just stuff that happens in my day-to-day life, like the simplest things can make me, affect everything, affect my entire mood, outlook, perspective, all of that stuff. So
like negatively or positively or just in general?
Both. Yeah,
definitely. You're just like, okay. So you're just like sensitive to what?
Very, very sensitive to my environments, especially, and other people around me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are 3 categories, and I want you to pick which one means the most to you and which doesn't really matter. So the first category is love, sex, and relationships. The next category is society, culture, and politics. And the third is spirituality and religion. So you can mix and match those if you want to, but out of those things, like what means the most to you and what kind of takes a back seat?
I mean, definitely takes a back seat is politics for me. That's like my number one least favorite. Do I need to get a can of Raid?
Maybe.
Or like some sort of bug spray? Because that's a wasp. That's a hornet.
Oh my god, that's so scary.
Okay. Pause.
And we're back because hornets. Okay. I have to go get the book.
Because hornets are nothing to mess with.
Yeah, that's terrifying. I feel like I got stung by a bee like once when I was like younger, and I didn't even like, realize until after, and it was like a dead bee just laying next to me. There it is.
I want him to land somewhere. Oh.
This is so crazy.
Sorry.
No, totally fine. Adventure.
Okay, so.
Love,
anyways.
sex, relationships, society, culture, politics, and spirituality and religion. So what means the most to you? What means the least to you?
Least is definitely society, culture, and politics, which I know sounds incredibly selfish, but that's just how it is.
So why is that?
Because I feel like a lot of days I have enough on my own plate that, and part of this is a cynical view of how I feel that the world is and how people are. And generally people are good, but it seems like we're at a time right now where the bad is outweighing the good. And it's hard for me to want to absorb my energy into that when I know that all I need to do is be the best version of me I can be every day and try to just live how I think people should live, right? And try to treat people the way I think people should be treated. And I mean, that's the whole be the change you wish to see, right?
Right.
There's only so much that one individual can do.
Okay. And what means the most to you?
The most to me is, love, sex, relationships, and spirituality, for sure. Both of those are extremely important to me.
Okay. So is there anything like specific that's going on in your life right now or on a day-to-day basis that makes like spirituality and religion, like usually I know a lot of people I've interviewed, they've been like, they're either spiritual or religious. I don't know if that's a B or a hornet. I feel like it's just a B.
I mean,
Whatever.
I'm definitely not religious.
Okay, so spiritual.
Yeah, spiritual for sure.
Okay.
And I actually did only say spirituality. I didn't say religion.
Oh, okay.
I left it. I didn't. I mean, that was a subconscious thing. But no, that. I mean, day to day, spirituality for me is trying to grow spiritually and trying to connect with the higher power of my understanding to be the person that I want to be, and to be the person that I think that I have the potential to be and should be, and all those things kind of go hand in hand on a day-to-day basis. And if I'm not looking for it, or not trying to grow with it, then I'm never going to get anywhere with it, and I'm just going to be stagnant.
Truth. Okay. And the love, sex, and relationships, like, are you in a relationship, or are you just talking about like your friends and your like close community that mean the most to you? Like,
I mean, love has been kind of one of those things for me that's like almost a foreign subject, and in a way of that I don't know a whole lot about it, and meaning like that I've never only maybe once or twice that I've had that connection with another individual, and it's just never. And maybe it's because I've never let it grow to that.
Right.
Maybe it's because I just haven't found the right other people. And the relationships. I mean, yeah, the relationships with family, with friends, with all that stuff. Things that that I would burn to the ground before. In the past, and things that I just didn't know how to deal with. But I wouldn't say that I'm seeing any, like I'm not in a relationship. I don't have that label right now. I mean, a label's a label, but
right.
I found somebody that we enjoy each other's company, and that's, we're just having a good time. It's not like labels that's when things get weird for me, and that's why things don't really grow very often when I do get involved with someone, is because then the label thing comes into it, and either one of us is like, well, why does it have to be this way? Like, why do we have to be boyfriend girlfriend thing? Why does it have to be this? Why can't it just be just two people enjoying each other's time? So now it's like, now I'm looking at that like trying to just play it cool,
yeah,
which is one of those weird things, because you want to, like, when you have that passion inside of you, like you just want to like shout it, and you just want to be so just out there about it, and if the other person's not feeling that way,
yeah,
they can shut down real easily.
True. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get you to draw something.
Okay.
So you're basically gonna draw for the rest of the interview, and at the end you'll show what you drew. So I'm basically gonna get you to pick a color that represents you as a person and your mood right now. And you can pick multiple colors, you don't only have to pick two.
I like the markers too.
Sweet.
I would have also accepted crayons.
What colors did you pick and why?
Blue, yellow, and green. And I feel like, I mean, they're all cool colors. Wait, you got a teal in there. I need that teal. It's gonna happen.
A lot of people have talked about teal, and I'm like, that is a good color.
Teal's my favorite color.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not quite blue, it's not quite green. You don't know what it is. Any day it could be a more of a shade of either. And it's all about perspective. But I don't know. I feel like cool colors definitely describe my mood right now. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of just relaxed and comfortable. And most of the time in life, I feel like the cool color aspect does apply. And then I do feel more like calm and collected and comfortable, and not so, I not so much on the fiery side of things, or you know, and my life isn't dark anymore, so I didn't choose black and gray. And, you know, it's not dark, so things are good.
Cool. So you can start drawing, and you'll just show us at the end.
Okay.
So the questions that I'm still gonna ask you questions while you draw. So, what makes you the most upset?
I think I'm hardest on myself more than anything. I think when I let myself down, that's like when I know that I can do better than I actually do. That's when I start to get frustrated pretty easily. I'm also very competitive by nature, so usually I get upset when I lose at something that has competition.
Yeah. Okay. What excites you more than anything?
Right off the bat, music.
Okay. So tell, I guess, everyone what kind of music you listen to, why it makes you so happy.
I listen to a bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you look through my Spotify or my record collection or any kind of those, you know, parts where I have collected music over the years, there's a lot of everything. Let me put it this way: the only thing I don't like is like new age pop, right? Like, love old school pop, like a lot of stuff. Like Michael Jackson is still the shit. I don't care what he did, his music is still awesome. But that and like new age country, because I love Johnny Cash, I love Hank Williams, like I love that kind of country. That's real country to me, right? That's whatever's happening now is just a mass cultivation of pop and country mixed together, and it's just produced to make money, like in my eyes. And that's just, especially as a musician, that's not something that I really care for. What I think, mostly rock and roll for a long time. I went through a big rap and hip hop phase when I was like in 7th grade, and like most of middle school and high school, and then the last several years of my life I've been on a huge metal kick more than anything.
Okay, and what's your favorite band?
Of all time, Tool.
Tool?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you to sing a song because I don't know how.
Oh, I'm tone deaf. I'm a drummer for a reason.
Oh, okay.
Can't sing worth a lick.
Okay. Next question, what are you most afraid of?
What am I most afraid of? That I don't know. I honestly don't know the last time that I was asked that question. Probably, well, I mean, on like a practical level, like hurricanes and shit, tornadoes, like things that can kill me, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, of course I'm afraid of that, like that kind of stuff. I'm afraid of people that do wrong, like, I don't know, like pedophiles and stuff. Like, things like that freak me out more than anything. Like, and hornets.
Yes.
Hornets scare the shit out of me.
They are very scary. Make a face that explains you. Like, if you were an expression, what would it be?
Probably be more like...
What is that face?
It's kind of like a, wait, what's happening kind of a thing. Because that's kind of how I feel most of the time. Kind of like, wait, what is this? Did I sign up for this?
I feel like we're all there.
Yes.
Like, we all feel like that.
Right.
Explain to me what social media is to you.
It's a marketing tool. It's a way to connect. It's bullshit. It's an ego killer. It's a complete waste of time. It's a lot of things. I think if it's used properly, it can be a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't think our generation is using it properly.
At all. Okay. What's the most challenging thing you've gone through?
Probably more than anything, drug addiction and alcoholism. And getting over that and continuing to get over it and stay with it. I don't think, now of course a lot of that was was my own self-doing, right? It wasn't like I was just dealt those cards, I kind of chose them. But I've been pretty fortunate in my life, I think.
Yeah.
When I look at things with a good perspective and think about how other people in the world just aren't even dealt with cards to play.
Facts. Okay. What's the hardest conversation you've ever had? Or one of them?
One of them was trying to make things right between my sister and I, and trying to mend a bridge that was not only burnt, but the ashes were shot out of a cannon over a waterfall. I mean, it was I just remember, like, you know, we were sitting at a Starbucks, and it was just like the hardest thing, because I could tell how much damage I had done. That was really tough.
Okay. Are you and her good now?
Yeah, we're great.
Okay.
Better than we ever. I mean, we were really tight for a long time, and I chose a path that she didn't agree with, and it took, you know, I mean, like, simply to put it, right, like, I wasn't fucking invited to my own sister's wedding. You know what I mean? Like, that says enough about what our relationship turned into, right? And now it's like, I don't know, they want me to move back, like my sister and my brother-in-law, and sometimes I think about it, but I would love to spend the time with them, be there with them.
Where do they live?
Denver.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, to get to be the uncle that I want to be, and the brother I want to be, and the brother-in-law I want to be, all that stuff it's so great nowadays. I mean, we get along so well and just have a blast together.
That's amazing. Do you have any habits or weird habits?
Weird habits. I'm sure I do that I can't think of right now.
Are there any habits that you're aware of, or that someone said, like, somebody's told you that you always do?
I swear too much, apparently, according to some people. I feel like I've honestly kept it toned back over the last 20 minutes or so.
You've done great. I haven't heard one thing come out of your mouth.
I've heard, I know that I've said a few, but yeah, and I like I said, I definitely have a habit to get too competitive, and I know that it can be a bad thing sometimes. It can definitely turn me into a not so nice person. I got a prime example of it today. I was playing in a golf tournament and just was not playing good. Well, I was playing okay, but I wasn't playing to my best potential, and I was just upset about it.
Yeah.
I might have thrown a club or two.
What?
It happens from time to time.
Golf seems like such a chill sport.
It
like,
is.
Everyone seems very calm. I've never seen. That's so funny. You're just like, damn it!
Yeah.
Like, throwing the clubs.
Yeah. So sometimes they don't show it on
the cart.
Yeah, I hit the club, hit my cart with the club sometimes. But sometimes they don't show it on TV, but like the pros will.
They'll get upset.
Yeah, they'll throw a club. They'll break it over their knee. They'll do stuff like that. But they don't show it very often.
Yeah.
When they do. I mean, Tiger was a great example. Tiger back in the day, Tiger would he would let the swears just fly out, and you know, when you're watching that stuff live, they don't have any time to edit it. I mean, there's like some video online of him. It's like a minute compilation of him just all the bad shots that he hit where he lets F-bombs out.
That's so funny. I need to look for that.
Yeah, it's great.
What don't you want to tell people, but you know you should share because it'll help someone else?
I don't know that I have a lot of that. I feel like I'm a pretty open book for the most part.
So what could you share since you're an open book that you know will help someone else? Or something that maybe someone who's not such an open book wouldn't feel comfortable sharing or feels like they're alone in, but you're an open book, so you're like, look, you're not alone.
I mean,
It's maybe weird.
right, and this is right. Sometimes when I think about it, it's funny, right, that that this would be the thing that I would like, you know, because I'm a hypocrite in this aspect of it, is where like I don't know, I deal with a lot of depression and stuff and always have, and I kind of know that I always will, and I'm okay with that, but it's how you deal with it. And you just said it in general, just feeling alone. It could be feeling alone about anything, right? But for someone who deals with depression and has suicidal thoughts on a regular basis, you know, that's the truth. Like, you're not alone, and the hardest thing to do sometimes is to actually pick up the phone and like actually reach out to someone or tell someone how you feel. And like, I mean, I only have like one person in my favorites contact, and that's crisis support. Like, I'm not even joking about that.
Do you call often?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Not as much. I usually only do it, you know, if
real bad.
If it gets real bad, yeah. And you know, the last time that it got real bad, it was about a year ago, and actually it was like 3 days away from a year ago, and I just ended up driving straight up to Shepherd Pratt and driving straight up to the hospital, and I got an evaluation, and you know, they recommended that I stay for a week and work through some things, and of course I didn't take their advice, because why would I? But yeah, I mean, it gets bad sometimes, and like, that's the thing, like, when it does get bad, you can't just like sit around and not do anything about it. Like, you have to like get out, like go outside, go on a fucking hike, like do something, like just do something with your body and your mind that's gonna take everything off of how you're feeling, and just like, don't just lay around the house and eat bad food and watch TV all day.
Yeah.
Let things that are gonna drag you down even farther. I mean, once you get into that hole, it's so easy to just get stuck there, and that's that's my personal opinion and experience with it, of what I found is like, when I know that I'm in that hole, if I don't get up and do something, or like go out and be with friends, or I mean, it just gets so much worse, and exponentially too. It's like, it's just quick, very quick.
Okay.
And if somebody prescribes you meds, take them. Sometimes.
I was gonna say, like, no matter what.
No, okay, that came out really fast. Sometimes. I don't know.
Do your research.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, do your research. Don't, somebody, you know, some doctor's gonna tell you to take fucking Xanax every day. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend taking barbiturates and Xanax and stuff like that, but certain things help.
I know you said that society, culture, and politics is at the bottom of your thingy, but I know that love, sex, and relationships is at the top. So that has a lot to do with connection. So what do you feel will restore connection, like, in our generation and like eventually the world, if you think that's even possible?
I tend to most days be the doom and gloom guy. And I don't know, I think that, but like, I'm also not the guy who's like, oh, like, we need to go start a commune somewhere in Oregon, have 100 people living in this tiny little, like that's great for the 100 people that are living there, right, and who are actually a part of that, but like, what are you doing for the rest of the world, right? Like, you're just shutting off. I think that the connection is lost, because as much as I love it sometimes, technology is a huge factor in that. And I I mean, not just social media, phones in general, work, emails, all, you know, like, I don't know how many times I try to get together with someone to, just to connect with them and to be with them and like spend that quality time together. Like we'll go out and get food or something, you know, and they're just on their phone and on their emails all the time.
It's annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying, and it's, I mean, and I'm, like I said, I'm very hypocritical in a lot of aspects, but I've done it myself. I know how it is. Sometimes I don't know when to shut my phone off or when to unplug, and, you know, but it's so important too, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why we lose touch with who we are, and like as the human race in general. Like I don't know that we've evolved so much from where we once were, but you know, are we moving too quickly? Are we just like evolving to the point where it's too fast for our own good? And that's like am I afraid of artificial intelligence? That's one thing I'm absolutely afraid of. Yes, I am afraid of that, because I forget who said it, but somebody said, you know, that the thing that ends mankind will be of our own creation. Like we will most likely create something that is too good for us, or is too powerful for us, and we can't control it. But I think that connection can be restored, but it might have to take that. That hypothetical apocalyptic situation to happen. You know what I mean? We might have to start from scratch.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that. You know, it's going to take something really bad to happen for everybody to be like, okay, like, time to band together. It doesn't matter. Everything that mattered doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
We need to work together, which is terrifying, but I mean, true. Are you self-conscious about anything?
Yeah. I feel like I don't have a lot of reason to be, but I am, about like just my general like appearances sometimes, and like God, I hate my feet. I hate my feet.
Why?
Because they're hobbits' feet. They're all hairy and like, I don't know. I'm an Italian, American Italian. I'm naturally hairy. Like, I don't know. It's just something that it is what it is. I just don't like them, and I don't like feet in general. Like, I'm just not.
Yeah.
Definitely self-conscious about, like, I don't know, just like anything that I do, right? Like it could be like something simple for work, or it could just be, I don't know, anything. And I just always question myself. I feel like way more often, especially than I actually should be.
Yeah, I can definitely feel you on that. And that kind of goes back to the whole you being hard on yourself thing.
Right. And like I don't, like, other than my feet, which is such a weird thing to me to say out loud. But other than that, like, I don't feel like I really have like one specific thing that jumps out to me that I'm like super self-conscious about.
Yeah. Okay. So
wait, that's a lie too. Self-conscious about my teeth. Definitely am.
And I've never personally like noticed your teeth, but I mean, at least both of the things that you're self-conscious about, you can fix if you wanted to fix.
It's true.
So
it's true. It's very true.
So at least, you know, that's nice.
Now anybody who watches this interview is going to be looking at my teeth the entire rest of the time.
No, they're not.
every time I show them, they're gonna be watching for them.
Okay, this book that I'm gonna do like a lightning round, it's called 3,000 Questions About Me. So I've never seen any of these really, and I just flipped to a random page. I'm gonna ask you like 3 or 4 of the questions.
Okay.
So the first one, do you have any phobias? Which I don't think you do, because you said you weren't scared or anything. Do you have any like phobias?
Yeah, I definitely am afraid of snakes.
Okay.
For sure. most bugs and insects. Also, I don't like them on me or like near me. I freak out as soon as they get on me. I'm like, ah.
True. What's the strangest place you've ever fallen asleep?
In a gutter.
What?
Like on a curbside, yeah, right next to a gutter. I mean, it's like,
yeah. I don't know why I imagined you like lifting the manhole.
No, that would be the sewer.
Okay, that's the sewer. Okay.
I used to explore the sewers as a kid, but no.
What?
Yeah, I read it really young at a really young age, so I was like fascinated with the sewers and always wanted to find a clown down there.
What is your most favorite random fact that you know?
Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna try and think of one, and then I'm gonna think of one later on that I really wanted to say. Random fact.
Yeah, like something you learned and you were like, what? And like, you just have that information and it really doesn't have any relevance, but you know it. It's hard to think of that on the spot.
That is hard to think of on the spot. Oh. I'm like definitely drawing a blank right now on that.
Okay. Let's see. We will go to the next one. What do you feel very protective of?
My family.
Okay.
My niece and nephews, specifically.
What is your go-to comfort food?
Chocolate.
Like milk chocolate?
Yeah, not a fan of dark chocolate. I do like white chocolate too, but in like smaller doses. But more often than not, it's either chocolate or Sour Patch Kids.
Okay. And what do you hope for?
I hope for a lot of things. That's a lot.
Typical American.
I think I hope that that we can kind of get out of this like crazy weird time that we're in, where we're just like digressing as a society and doing things like it's fucking 2019. Get with it, people. Like, I just don't understand sometimes how people can still have opinions the way that they do. I just want to get away from it all. Like this whole weird era, the whole Trump era, the whole like now everything with Alabama. Like what the fuck is wrong? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Don't understand it. Literally are going back in time.
For sure. Do you watch The Handmaid's Tale?
No, and my sister's told me like 20 times that I need to start watching it.
You should watch it.
She said I would love it.
Yeah, it's really good.
And I probably will. I have a hard time starting new TV shows that I know. Like, I don't know, everybody kept telling me like, oh man, you gotta start Game of Thrones before the new season starts, and I was just like, yeah, and then I'll lose like 2 weeks of my life. Like, I know that.
So you never watched it?
No, I haven't.
Oof.
It took me like until last year to finally watch Breaking Bad. Like it took me that long to finally.
But it was worth it.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely. But it sucked me in so hard. Like I would stay up till like 3 or 4 in the morning, knowing that I had to be up at like 7.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd stay up like super late just because I couldn't turn it off.
Okay. Last question. What do you have to say to the world?
Just try to be a better person than you were yesterday. And within that, you'll continue to grow. And if we don't grow as people, as human beings, then we're never going to get anywhere. And then the doom and gloom scenarios will be the case.
All right, show me what you drew.
I didn't finish it.
Nobody ever does.
Yeah, I was getting there.
What is that?
I don't know. Like It's like some weird
Is it
thing.
like is it like an eye, or is it like a person doing that with a long body?
No, I think it's more like an eye, like serpent thing. I don't know.
But you're scared of snakes?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's kind of weird. I really just started like with blue and just started kind of like making streaks, and then an eye formed out of that.
It's pretty.
Thank you.
Can you sign it?
Yes. This is David in the flesh.